Progressive Conservative MLAs resumed a process on Tuesday that they started earlier this year to reduce the time opposition parties have to ask questions during legislative committees. Government M. A report from Manitoba's Elections Commissioner says roughly half of the inmates at a jail west of Winnipeg did not get the chance to vote in the last provincial election. Commissioner Bill Bowles S. An Ontario judge has granted an injunction that bars the provincial government from tearing out 3 Toronto bike lanes at least until he can make a ruling on a charter challenge about the issue. A Manitoba lawyer has been punished after he failed to communicate with his regulatory body as required during investigations. Dave Boyechko pleaded guilty to professional misconduct in March after. This is the time of year when a Memorial University climatologist says he starts wondering what surprises lie in the months ahead, including increasingly severe weather events strengthened by climate. Just under 14,000 Liberals will have a say in selecting the party's next leader, and Newfoundland and Labrador's 15th Premier, as the race to replace outgoing Premier Andrew Furey enters the home STR. An estimated 7.3 million Canadians, a record, took advantage of advance polls and cast their ballots over the long weekend, according to Elections Canada. The nonpartisan agency said based on its. The Israeli military launched one of the biggest waves of strikes on Gaza in weeks on Tuesday, residents said, and health officials issued a new warning that healthcare faced total collapse from Israel. Warning: this story contains details of experiences at residential schools. The first time Peter Ernick was on a plane, he was 11 and was taken more than 400 kilometers from his family and the only PL. Quebec's health ministry has declared an end to the measles outbreak in the province. A spokesperson said Tuesday the department determined the outbreak was over after no new cases were reported of. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's election promises amount to $90 billion in new measures over the next 4 years that will be paid for in part by cuts and the economic growth the party says th. The Charite du Québec is continuing its search on Tuesday for a missing snowmobiler who fell through the ice and into the waters of the Mingan River in Quebec's Côte-Nord region on Saturday night. Allo. Montreal's Gabriel Diallo came up short in his bid to claim a main draw spot in the Masters-level Madrid Open tennis tournament after a 6-3, 7-6 loss to Croatian veteran Borna Coric in Tuesdays. A 16-year-old boy from Toronto died in hospital Tuesday morning after being shot by police officers in North York on Sunday night, the province's police watchdog says. In a news release issued Tuesday, at least 20 people were feared killed after suspected militants opened fire on tourists in India's Jammu and Kashmir territory on Tuesday, 3 security sources said, the worst attack on civilians. The City of Toronto will increase funding for Pride Toronto this year by 26% after the festival said it lost 3 corporate sponsors in a move it linked to backlash against diversity, equity. One of the most densely populated ridings in Newfoundland and Labrador is home to an array of contenders for the job in Ottawa. 5 campaigns are ongoing in the region that encompasses downtown St. Hudson's Bay Company has stopped paying commission to hundreds of cosmeticians and fragrance advisors during liquidation sales, effectively reducing their salaries. These workers, also known as Beautia Canada, will play a pair of women's soccer friendlies against Haiti in Winnipeg and Montreal in FIFA's May-June international window. The May 31st game at Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg has been dubbed. Parts of western Manitoba are under a snowfall warning on Tuesday as a system moves in from Saskatchewan, Environment Canada says. A total of 10 to 20 centimeters of snow is expected in parts of EAS.